Hi guys, it's Kyoko here, back with another speed build. This is a speed build of a live-in cafe requested by Lily Huffmeyer. I was kind of inspired to do like a Japanese style live-in cafe, mainly because I just got the Snowy Escape pack not too long ago. So every opportunity I can to use these build mode objects, I'm definitely gonna use. So as you can see, I'm using pretty much everything from the Snowy Escape pack, all the beams and the railings and the foundation. I really like that the wood grain all matches, and I really like the tone that the wood grain came in. So it's just my weakness is the build mode objects on this pack. This is an interesting cafe. It's kind of quirky, I guess. It's kind of unique. It's very colorful. Kind of got some Alice in Wonderland vibes going on, especially there's like this whole like tea party set. You'll see it later, but I guess this is kind of like what I had in mind is that this is like a specialty cafe, and they do a lot of like events like birthday parties or like engagement parties, or maybe even weddings. Like that's kind of their thing. I didn't feel like they'd be super casual. Maybe like an Instagram cafe where like a lot of people come to take pictures and stuff, because it's so like has such a specific design to it. As you'll see later on. But here I'm just setting up the upper deck, which is where the people who own this cafe live, and then the lower area is where the actual cafe is. So here I'm just putting in, obviously, Snowy Escape windows, because I love these windows. They match all the wood grain and, beautiful. So I'm just gonna go put all these windows in. I love the color of this roof, like this teal color. It's just so interesting, so pretty. So definitely, I told you guys before in the past that I'm going to be using these roofs a lot, and I'm following through with that, using the Snowy Escape roofs here. Putting in some walls. Because some of this space was really colorful, I didn't want to go super colorful with the walls, so I did like a half and half thing here where I have like the wood walls, and then on this section I have like yellow walls on the side. I thought it was like an interesting color combination with like the teal and the yellow. Let me know what you think of that. I wanted interesting colors on this one. I wanted like quirky vibes, if that makes sense. Here I'm putting in some wood, choosing just like my floorboards I'm gonna go with. I ended up going with these floorboards instead. I just thought the wood grain matched better. And then here I'm just setting up what I want to say intro, but that's not the word. The entrance, yeah, what the entrance looks like. So I set up this stone wall, which I thought the blue color of the wall kind of matched the roof, so I thought that was kind of cute. Putting in some plants here from the debug menu. Again, I don't know why these plants aren't in like the general menu. I don't know why I have to find them in the debug menu, because they're so pretty and amazing, and I think a lot of players would benefit from using them, from using these plants, so they should definitely consider putting these in the main menu. Here I'm just putting in some bamboo, some other things, making it like a really luscious garden kind of entrance. And then here I am just, looking around the debug menu, seeing what I can play with. Putting a little light there on the side. And then here I'm just figuring out what I want to do with these lantern lights, because I really wanted to use, they were really pretty. So I ended up just like lining them on the side of the building here, which I actually ended up really liking the effect of it. So that's kind of just what the entrance looks like, is just, the lined lantern street, and then you come around to this like really luscious garden, and then you walk into the cafe. So as you can see, it's not really like your run-of-the-mill cafe. It does have like some pretty interesting vibes to it, I guess. Here I'm just setting up, the back area, because I wanted an outdoor area for this cafe. I wanted a tiled space and then like a garden space. So that's the tiled space, and then on the left there, or on the lower part of the screen, is the garden space. But you'll see more of that later. Now I'm setting up the inside of the cafe. That little room is going to be the bathroom. And then the rest of it's just gonna be like an open space cafe. I didn't actually put in like a kitchen or anything, mainly just because, I don't know, I figured that for this particular place, I think the people would make the food upstairs in their home and then bring it downstairs. I kind of imagine this building as being like a really old Japanese family home that this family took and converted into this cafe. So there's not like, I don't know what I'm saying. There's not like a kitchen space downstairs. Anyways, like I'm setting up the like general ordering place right now, like where you look at the food and you get it. So I put that cold machine, as I call it, like the place where you keep all the cold drinks in the back right there. And then here I'm just setting up the food display area, put some counters in. I'm going with these counters. I thought the wood grain was really nice. I ended up changing these red lanterns. I think they're cute, but I needed to change them. I don't know. You'll see later. Put in some donuts in the display. And then here I am just, putting in some decorations, putting in a stool for the person to sit on. End up changing the color of that. The color scheme of this kind of changes later on, you'll see. But here I'm just putting in some wallpaper. I put in the cash register there. Took me a sec to choose what wallpaper. I ended up just going with this stripy one that I usually use like all the time because I love this wallpaper. I ended up changing this lantern to white, which is a little less adventurous than the red lanterns. I really did like the red lanterns. I don't know, I wasn't like super feeling it. So changed it to white, a little bit safer, but I still think it looks nice. Put in the carpet in the back. Thought about putting counters there, ended up scrapping that, and what I do instead is I put like this gingham cloth table right there. That's just kind of like the table where the person behind the counter works and like puts together some meals and that kind of thing. Put some bathroom signs above the bathroom door, and then over here I'm just looking for little decorations put in. Put in that broom on the side for easy access for the person who works here. Put in a little cutting board hanging on a string. Put that piece of artwork over there. I ended up getting rid of that, but ignore that. So put some files over here, and then over here I'm putting in, let's see, what do I do? I do not recall. Oh, this is embarrassing. I don't remember what I put here. I put something here. It's interesting. You'll see. It looks good, I bet. I don't know. Oh, I ended up like making the shelf super small and then using that as like a really mini little shelf. And yeah, here I'm just decorating, trying to figure out what I'm gonna put on this table. Put a book there for the person to read, maybe in their downtime, maybe when the cafe is like a little slow. Put in some mugs, some pitchers, maybe just for water, some macaroons or macarons, I don't know. Put in some desserts over there, just to make the table look like it's being used. And then I end up not putting a chair over there, I believe. Do I? No, I believe I scrapped that. Yeah. So I put a trash can under the table, and then we're gonna move on to the general eating and sitting area. Because the main area of focus of this cafe is like the outside garden area and stuff, there's not like a lot of seating on the inside. Like there's a significant amount, but it's not like a lot. So I kind of figured this cafe would be pretty exclusive, pretty not necessarily expensive, but probably like a place where you have to have reservations for your party and stuff, you know what I mean? Definitely for like the artsy people of this town. Or like the quirky people, the people who wanna take cool Instagram pictures of like a really nice cup of coffee. That's like this kind of place. Just trying to figure out my chair configuration, where I'm gonna put my seating areas. End up doing this kind of thing, which is very interesting. So I put these like couches back to back to create like two separate sitting areas, so that there can be like two different parties here. By parties, I just mean like groups of people. I don't mean like birthday parties. I mean, like, I figured this place would have like birthday parties and stuff like that, like I mentioned before, but that is mainly focused on the outside area, as you'll see later. Here I'm just choosing a coffee table, and I'm going with this wood one. I kind of thought it had a really interesting like chic, I don't know, industrial chic vibe. I don't know. I never know what I'm talking about. Anyways, here I'm putting in the coffee tables, just adjusting my chairs, putting in some little decorations here and there. And now we're gonna move on to the bathroom, I believe. Put in some tiles, and then here I'm gonna put in just a normal toilet. I didn't go too crazy or fancy with the bathroom. I just kind of put in basic bathroom. Put in this old-fashioned sink I really like. And I made it blue because I thought it would be really cool, like a blue sink. Here I'm putting in a mirror, and then in here I'm putting in soap and just some bathroom decorations, I guess. Trash can, putting in, let's see, paper towel dispenser, and then I put some hand sanitizer by the door. Changing the art above the toilet really quick to something else. Going with, let's see, with that one I thought it was really cute. And then moving back over here, I end up putting in some side tables next to the couches. They're not really side tables, they're actually like dining tables that I scaled down. But I wanted to use like these white tables I thought were pretty interesting, because I wanted like a long enough table that could like act as a side table for both of the couches at the same time. So I'm going with this kind of deal. It's an interesting look. I've never done, you know, side tables like this before. I actually kind of like it, so let me know what you think of that configuration. I use the word configuration a lot. I just think it's a really cool word. Here I am moving on to the outside little deck area. Okay, so get this. I ended up using these like swing seats that like attach to the ceiling. They're probably like super inconvenient to actually sit on and use, but I thought they were so quirky and cute and definitely like the vibe of this place. So swing seating on the deck. And then I'm setting up a little private seating area out here. I figured like when people like do birthday parties in here, they like rent like the entire back open space of this place, so they'd get like this little seating area here, and then some like little tables over here for, you know, extra guests. And then as you can see, I put that ping pong table out there again because I figured this would be a place for like parties and stuff like that, so I thought the ping pong table is like a cute little activity. And then I was definitely inspired by Alice in Wonderland for this like garden eating space. I went with like all different types of chairs. As you can see here, I'm just putting in like totally random chairs, just trying to make something work. This was really fun to do, just picking out all these chairs, you know. I end up going like with this like really big pink chair at the end. You'll see in a sec. Let's see, here it is. I go with this like big pink chair. I guess that's where like the birthday person would be, or the person who's getting engaged. But you can see how this is inspired by Alice in Wonderland. I think like the Mad Hatter's like tea party and stuff. I'm gonna go in and decorate this table actually. Just put in some drinks and food and stuff like that to look like it's being used. So I end up putting a little cake there, putting pieces of cake down on the table. Put it on a tray. Here I'm just moving stuff around, but I mean, you get the general idea. It's I don't know, it's so pretty. I like it. Like, this is where I want like my birthday party to be, I think. Like a cute little garden party with like, you know, cake and tea and desserts. This is a dream, I think. And I get to like sit in the big pink chair. Oh my god, this is it. You know what? I'm gonna try to find a place like this for my birthday, and I'm just gonna go ham. I'm just gonna treat myself, you know? But here I'm just decorating it. Moving on to the family's home. It's a pretty small apartment space upstairs, so I ended up making a 2-bedroom apartment. I figured this would be a small family, like a couple with like 1 or 2 kids. It's a pretty small apartment for 2 kids, but it's fine. It's fine. Here I'm just putting in some wallpaper. Just put in this standard wallpaper from the Snowy Escape pack. I wasn't too sure what direction I was going in at first, because I was kind of like, well, this is like a super colorful, quirky cafe, so maybe the apartment should be super colorful and quirky. But then I figured like the reason the cafe is like that is to sell to the customers. Like, if maybe this family doesn't want to be in a super colorful environment all the time because, you know, they work all the time in this very bright area. So maybe like the home is a more chill place for them to like wind down. It's much more calm. So while there are like bright bursts of color in here that like indicate that they do share similar style interests as the actual cafe, this is not nearly as quirky or as colorful. It's a lot more grounded in like how this family would actually live. So I ended up putting that ironing board and then a hamper and a drying rack over there. Then I put like this like line dryer out there, or like a closed line dryer. But get this, I actually like totally forgot to put in washing and drying machines, so these are useless, but they are for decoration, and it does look convincing as like a used kitchen, like a busy kitchen. And that was just the goal. So if I ever play this cafe in my games, I will add a washer and dryer, but for now I forgot, so it's fine. Here I'm just putting in some decorations in the kitchen. Put in this little like W, maybe the person's name has a W in it, or maybe it's like the family last name has a W in it. So they have like this nice little painting of a W. Putting in some hand towels, and moving on to the bathroom. Putting in normal toilet, normal sink. I didn't go really crazy with the bathroom. I actually really didn't decorate the bathroom at all. Mainly because I just wanted to get to the bedrooms. This was a very long build for me, and I just kind of wanted to wrap it up because I get tired if I build for too long. It's a tiring process. It's like your mind has to work all the time, and it's like, I usually have to take naps after my builds. But anyways, here I'm decorating the parents' bedroom. I thought this bedspread was really nice, like this flowery floral print. And then here I was putting in a side table, choosing my lamp, going with that one. Let's see, putting in some decorations, a radio, and then on this side I put in a little wardrobe, or not wardrobe, but like a clothing hanging rack, I guess. I went with this one. I really like the colors of it. Okay, as you can see on the side here, like these windows are like brown, and they're a different shade of brown than the other windows, even though they're the same swatch. So I mentioned this in like my last video, but like sometimes this game does, like the lighting engine does not work right, and then things that are the same swatches that are right next to each other just end up a completely different shade. And here's a pretty good example of that. You can see those windows are brown, but the other windows are like this light tan color. So I don't know why it does this. It's very annoying. It just throws off my whole build, and it just makes me kind of upset. So, you know what I mean? Anyways, here I'm just putting in some more decorations. I put up that little desk area over there for the people who work. And then over here I am just putting in, let's see, I don't remember what I put here. Probably a shelf. A shelf seems like me. Yeah, okay, I put that shelf there. And then over here I end up putting in, I believe I put a mirror here after I decorate this shelf really quick. Yes, I put in, let's see, I put in this mirror. Very simple mirror. I wasn't trying to go crazy with it. And then put in some artwork over there. Over here on this wall, I also put in another shelf, I believe. Yes, I put in this shelf, and then I put in some decorations. Let's see, what decorations I put. Books and random little jars. Yes, that is very ideal, I guess, for a bedroom. Put a little stool there, so maybe they can sit here. Maybe this can be used as like a vanity is what I figured. Then I'm gonna move on to the kids' room really quick. So I ended up putting like a toddler's bed and a crib in this room. And like I said, this is a pretty small apartment for like a family of 4. So I figured like possibly the way I might play this is just like not have a baby and just have the toddler, and just figure like the crib is there because it's like the toddler's old crib. And they just haven't like tossed it out yet, I guess. Or like I could play with a family of 4 and just kind of deal with the small space. I don't know, haven't decided, we'll see. Here I'm just decorating it, put in that like elephant's head. I thought was really cool. I would have loved that as a kid. I think it's so cool. Maybe not above my bed like that. That'd probably freak me out to look up at it at night. I think this toddler is brave enough to deal with it, but I was like a wimp growing up, so I don't know. Putting in some toys, just like a little play area for the kids. They have a lot of toys. I'm just like totally cluttering the room with toys. Putting in that like wardrobe shelf thing, a little poof on the side, and then over here, what am I doing now? Oh, I think I'm just figuring out what I'm doing. But over here I put in like a little bench thing, so the kids just have more seating area. And then we're gonna move on to the living room now. Again, I wasn't going like too crazy with this apartment. I wanted it to be pretty grounded. Very much like in contrast to the cafe downstairs, I wanted this to be like very real, very low-key, cozy kind of vibes, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I put in the TV on the side there. Here I'm just putting in, let's see, a lamp. I'm going with this one. Put it over there, and then here I'm just trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with the coffee table. I use that one, and then here I am just trying to find a plant that can go on the coffee table. I'm going with that one. I always go with those flowers, I don't know why. I really like the mesh, I guess. Decorating it with a book, put in an outlet, and then over here I'm gonna put in a dining table. So this is kind of a weird place for a dining table, but I was kind of going for like this weird configuration where like the person on the couch can use the dining table also as like a side table. So as you can see, that's kind of what I was going for. But like honestly, it was like such a cramped space, I didn't really have anywhere else to put a dining table, so just kind of ended up looking like that. But I think it works in the end, so we're gonna be happy with it. Thought about putting a mirror there, ended up not doing that. But I put in some more decorations. I put some towels there. It's a weird place to hang towels, I know, just like in your living room, but it's like it's by the bathroom, it's by the kitchen, so I figured it made sense, kind of. And yeah, so that is the build, I believe. Did I do anything else? Oh, I put in like a small sign, I think, above here, right there, just to indicate that that cafe has that name. And yeah, that is the build. These are my screenshots. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Lily Huffmeyer, I hope you liked this build. This is really fun to do. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.